I'm Fred Green with Martin Guitar. I'm sitting here with Jeff Allen, Director of Custom Shop. Now Jeff, that's a pretty cool guitar. This is the new authentic for this year, 1919.
1919.
00030. Now that's rare.
It is rare.
How many of these did we originally build?
Two.
Two. That's all that were ever built.
And we have one of them at work.
So we have one that we use to model this particular guitar after.
Absolutely.
All right, so right off the bat, I know a little bit about this guitar because I've done some reading on this particular instrument, so I kind of know what's special about it. And it was an interesting year, 1919, with this guitar. This was the first guitar that we moved away from real ivory to ivoroid on the binding. Am I correct?
You're correct.
So a pretty special occasion here in this particular piece. And I believe this was the time we started going away from a two-piece neck. Am I correct?
Correct again.
Okay, so the old necks used to be the headstock. If you could flip this around real quick, this used to be one piece, and then the diamond volute, they kind of fit together. And it was, if you've ever seen one, it was a really weird way that they sort of fit together. This is the first time we actually went at Martin to a single piece all the way through.
Correct.
So two really key points on this particular guitar. So when you were doing some of your research on this particular guitar, you noticed a couple strange things that are a little bit different about this than the modern guitars we do today, in particular with the back and sides.
Yeah, working with Tim Teal, we noticed that upon measuring all of the specs for the original guitar that we had, that the back and sides were a lot thinner.
Thinner than the ones we do today?
Thinner than our typical authentics.
How much thinner as a percentage would you say?
About 20%.
20% thinner?
Significant.
I could feel that when I was playing this guitar, when you guys first had it done and you brought it in, you were showing it to me, you could feel that instantaneously. I mean, you didn't have to tell me that you had changed the back and the sides, because I could feel the difference when I was playing the guitar. You could feel the bass response, because it's not a big guitar.
No, but you can't tell that when you're playing it. It plays like a much larger body guitar.
Right.
And I think a lot of guys out in the marketplace, especially the boutique builders, they really go after that. That's an easy target to make thinner parts. Now Martin, we don't want to do that just for tone, because we're trying to stick with our history and rebuild the guitar the way it was originally. But this guitar from the factory came out a lot thinner.
Okay.
Than
now,
typical.
That's pretty cool. Now, I know this was before steel strings.
Yes.
Even though this is a steel string guitar. Right. So what about neck reinforcement on this particular guitar?
There is no truss rod, there's no ebony rod, it's just a solid mahogany neck. Okay,
so there's no neck reinforcement here, and you feel good about that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The one we have today, so this guitar was built specifically, every spec was targeted right at the original.
All right.
That guitar plays like a dream today.
Okay, wow, from only two, okay, fantastic.
Think about the number of years we're talking here.
Yeah.
Almost 100 years.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're coming up to 98 years, right? 2017 be 98 years, so that's pretty good. Tuning machines. Now, I have not seen these tuning machines before. This is unique to this particular guitar.
It is. We worked with Waverly, guys at Waverly, to reproduce this, because when the guitar came in, we noticed first right away this was different. The plate that the tuners are on is engraved. It's beautiful. It's different. Wow. It has this heart shape at the top. Is that nickel? It is nickel plated.
Nickel plated. Wow, that's awesome.
And it's beautiful. They did a wonderful job. Pearl buttons, gold screws.
Right. I noticed no logo, but I do see a Martin stamp on the back of the head.
Martin stamp on the back. That's all the other one had. It had no logo on the front.
And I do notice this old purfling, that sort of rope style purfling.
That Tim worked with the guys to get that perfect, to get that right. The original guitar was so faded, and the colors were faded, so they had to do a lot of work to try to figure out what those colors really were, how intense those colors were, to try to copy that. So that's
gorgeous.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful reproduction.
Torfied top.
Torfied top. Torfied
Madagascar.
Braces. Madagascar back and sides.
It is an Adirondack top.
It is.
Adirondack braces.
Adirondack braces.
Wow, it's gorgeous. I mean, it sounds huge.
Hide glue.
Hide glue. When you get an opportunity to play this particular guitar in your store, I tell you, you will be so surprised at how big this guitar sounds. I mean, it's hard to capture probably through your computer screen. I probably wouldn't do
You need
wouldn't
to
do
play
it
it.
justice.
You need to play it.
You need to play it because you really do physically feel this guitar due to the thinness of the wood. I really physically felt this guitar move when I played it.
Everyone that we've handed the guitar to and said, play this, that is the typical comeback right away. Wow, they pull it away and go, wow, what's going on?
Yeah.
And I think that
light,
we
too.
don't even tell them that
For a rosewood guitar, that's light.
it is super light. And part of that is if you think of the mass that's here, the size of the back and the sides, that's a big percentage of the total guitar's mass.
And no truss rod weight in there also.
No truss rod weight.
So that really makes it feel light.
And it does have a thin finish on it. So it has our vintage glosses.
Gorgeous, gorgeous piece. So this guitar is open in
Open
terms
quantity.
of open quantity for 2017. So get your order in quickly. Truly unique. Only 2 originals in the world. This would be your chance to own something you've probably never even seen before. More than likely haven't seen before unless you've seen it in our museum. So visit your Martin dealer, get your name in there quickly, and be one of the lucky few to own this extraordinarily rare guitar.